Alright, so our first type of reaction is synthesis, and that's when two or more elements combine to make a compound. So a technical example is A plus B produces AB, and our food example is peanut butter plus jelly will produce peanut butter and jelly. Alright, so our next type of reaction is decomposition, which is when a compound breaks down into two or more simpler substances. So our technical example is AB produces A plus B, and our food example is a group of red and green Skittles will break down into two groups, one with red Skittles, one with green. Alright, our next type of reaction is single replacement. So that's when one element replaces another element in a compound. So our technical example is A plus BC equals AB plus C. And our food example is mustard plus ketchup and mayonnaise mix equals ketchup plus mustard and mayonnaise mix. So our next type of reaction is double replacement. That's when two elements of two different compounds switch places with another. Our technical example is AB plus CD equals AC plus BD. And our food example is white chips and green chips plus red chips and orange chips produce white chips and orange chips plus red chips and green chips. Alright, so our next reaction is neutralization, which is a double replacement reaction that takes place when water is produced. So our example is HCl, an acid, plus sodium hydroxide, which is a base, produces sodium, or table salt, plus water. And our food example is bananas plus grapes produces water, dried banana, and raisins. Alright, so our last reaction is combustion, and that's when a compound containing carbon and hydrogen is burned in the presence of oxygen and produces carbon dioxide and water vapor. So our example is CH4 plus 2O2 produces CO2 plus H2O. And our food example is marshmallow plus graham cracker produces burnt marshmallow, which releases carbon dioxide, graham crackers, and water vapor. So our first type of reaction is synthesis, and that's when two or more elements combine to make a compound. So our technical example is A plus B produces AB, but if you want a food example, alright, hold on, we're gonna have to stop it. This peanut butter is way dry now. Look at this.
Go.
Alright, so our first type of reaction is synthesis, and that's when two or more compounds combine to make...
Wait, that's not right!
Yeah,
it's supposed to say elements.
Sounds like what?
Jeez.
Alright guys, so our next type of reaction is decomposition. That's when a compound breaks down into two or more simpler substances. So our technical example is AB produces A plus B. Our food example is red Skittles. Oh frick, it's backwards. Oh shoot, it's going quick.